Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Hayley Nelson, the voice actress for Sofia Porter from Metarunner. How you doing, Hayley?
I'm doing good. Got my tea all ready, and I'm ready to talk.
Yeah, tea is a good vibe, eh? But
Yeah.
anyways, so before I actually get into some questions, since my subscribers may or may not be familiar with Metarunner, if I could please ask you to give a brief description of the character you play and an impersonation of your character, if that's not too much trouble.
Not at all. So Sophia is this awesome hacker mechanic. She's very savvy with all things tech. She's extremely bubbly, very hammy. Just sort of a delight to be around. Can sometimes get into people's skin sometimes because she's just so into what she's doing. But she's part of MD5, which is a team that's trying to take down the corporation of sorry, can't think today. Trying to take down the whole corporation, Task Corp, and so she's just part of this team that's just trying to rescue Tari, trying to save the day, and yeah.
Yeah. All right. So if we hear an impersonation.
Sure. I guess the line that she's most known for is. We call ourselves MD5, and our mission is to take down the evil conglomerate Task Corp.
Yeah, Sophia, that personality, it's kind of a lot like me in a ways. I remember when I interviewed Anthony back in July. He was a pretty chill dude, and my personality is kind of like a bit of a blend between the two because, I'm pretty outgoing and charismatic at times, but a lot of the time I'm just, laid back and chill.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I totally see myself in Sophia a lot, especially with when she's, just getting really excited about something, she'll just do goofy voices. It's totally like me. I love it. I can just be myself with this character, and I can do just crazy things because she really has no limit in terms of how crazy she can go, so.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, first question is, how long have you been a voice actor for?
Sure. So I have been doing voiceover, specifically the voiceover field of acting, since 2013. It started because I had gone off to college for animation, and I still wanted to continue theater because I had been doing theater since I was 6 prior to doing voiceover. And obviously you can't go to 12-hour rehearsals when you have classes. So I figured, okay, what's the next best thing to do? And I figured, well, let's try voiceover. You don't have to go anywhere. You can, be in your dorm. You can be in your, in your bedroom, and you can record, provided you have the right setup. And that's how you can kind of do that theater fix. That's how you can satisfy that theater fix. So I decided to go in through that, and it wound up being pretty successful.
Oh, good to hear. Good to hear. What other films or shows, etc., did you star in before Metarunner?
Sure. So previously I was in Heroes of New Earth, which is a MMORPG online. Other projects also include E-Shade, which is an awesome indie game on Steam and on PlayStation and Xbox. Let's see, other animation. I do a lot of animation. I've done a lot of animation stuff for Channel Frederator. I've also done voiceover work for Mashed, which is an online animation channal. Let's see, which other anime? I'm trying to think of other stuff that I would be notoriety to mention. But I guess the next big thing that I'm doing is the next full game that I'm doing. I am I play Virginia Rule in In Sound Mine, which is coming out next year for the PlayStation and Xbox, the next PlayStation 5 and Xbox consoles. And I think those are really the big things that I can remember at this point, but those are just some of the really fun projects that I remember doing.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was looking through your personal website when I was trying to get in contact with you, and there's like a huge list of characters you played over the years, so you must have had a lengthy career.
I hope so. Yeah, I'm trying my best to just, I love being a part of projects like that. I love, portraying different characters, and I just hope I can get to do it a lot more. So, I love doing this kind of work, and so I hope I can keep doing it.
Oh, that's good to hear. As long as you enjoy it, I guess that's what matters at the end of all things, eh? Okay. What's your favorite film and why?
Sure. So my favorite film of all time is probably Who Framed Roger Rabbit. And this is because I absolutely adore old school animation, and I also just am in awe of the technological and artistic achievement with that film. Even today, it still holds up. Even all the tricks and whatnot still holds up more than a lot of other films. And I don't think this type of film has ever been tried again. I mean, it's been tried with Space Jam, and it's been tried with, other. What's the other film? There was a Back in Action. That was the other film. It's been tried with that, but it doesn't reach the same sort of tangibility when it comes to how the characters interact with the environment, and then of course the film's plot is great, and all the characters are just awesome and memorable. But yeah, that's my favorite film.
Yeah, good to hear. A lot of my favorite films namely involve like sci-fi and robots, so easily a big Star Wars fan, but my all-time favorite movie is divided between Wall-E and Pacific Rim, because just the lovable story with Wall-E, and then of course like the awesome CGI with the Jaegers in Pacific Rim. That's what really made the movie, in my opinion.
Yeah, I love Wall-E. That's another top film.
That makes two of us. Like, it's just so good because of the way the communication is between the two characters, rather than just in-depth dialogue. I could go on and on, but yeah, that makes two
Absolutely.
of us. Yeah. What's your favorite part about being a voice actor for Meta Runner?
Just working with Kevin and Luke, and then just working with Jeff, and they make it so easy, and the character is just very fun to work with, and I mean really there's not really one thing I can pin down. It's such a fun series, and then absolutely seeing it come to life is fantastic, and just seeing all the hard work. I'm amazed how this small crew can make this this expansive and this very detailed series. And it's just awesome to also see media come out of a part of the world that you don't normally see too much animation from, which is Australia. And there's amazing talent in Australia, and it's just great to see that come to fruition with this project.
Yeah, that makes sense. I can actually very much say the same thing about Analyst to Meta Runner story. Development's still going underway, but it's amazing to work with all these amazing animators, artists, voice actors, and so on. Like I said, I'm a voice actor, and I play a character named Kobe, and he's essentially the main character's best friend. It's a small role because I do a YouTube channel where I mostly make video game commentaries, and so, over the years I've gotten all these compliments that I sound like a sports commentator or radio host or whatever. So when I signed up for the project, I figured, well, I mean, I'm an artist, but, may as well just try my hand with voice acting. But yeah, so here I am. Like I said, it's very amazing to just, see all these people working together, just all this amazing talent from all corners of the world, like Israel, the Philippines, the States, and of course up here in Canada. So yeah, very good. What made you want to be a voice actor?
Oh, sure. Well, like I said, I was a theater actor, and I was a singer for many years before I started doing voiceover. And it's funny, actually, when I did some training for voiceover when I was about 16. This was just kind of part of the training that I did with on-camera training, and I didn't think I was very good at it. I was just like, oh, okay, I'll try this. It's not for me. I'll just continue doing theater, and I'll just continue doing live stuff. But then, of course, when the need arose that, you can't do theater in college if you're not majoring in theater in college, just because you can't devote those times. You can't devote time equally to both. So okay, what's the next best thing? Okay, well, let's try voiceover. Let's see if that works. I started mostly doing singing covers on YouTube, as just sort of my kind of dipping my toes in. And then I just started auditioning for projects, very small indie projects, and found that, hey, there's something to this. And kind of that's history. So, and it's just been I've just been steadily growing ever since.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Actually, going back to YouTube, I think if my knowledge is correct, I think you did like a collaboration with the voice actor for Lux and like some kind of Undertale thing. Was that true?
I did a little comic, yes, with David, and he was great with that. He was very more than willing to do this small little thing, but I just wanted to try to see if I could do motion comics, and it was just a little test. But it was with this Undertale comic that I thought was very sweet, and very fitting that I can try out voices animation, sound design, and just to see like how well I can do it. And yeah, it was a fun little project. So.
Yeah, I can imagine it was fun. I remember my first interview with the Meta Runner cast was back in May with David, and man, that guy is cool. Like, I had such a fun time actually chatting with him. Like, he just had so much to talk about. Same thing with Anthony Sardina back in July, and then of course a few weeks ago I actually interviewed Brennan, and I'm glad things worked out for him, because it looks like he had it pretty rough before he came to be where he was today. So I'm just happy from that things turned out.
Yeah, it's absolutely it's great just to these people are wonderful to work with.
Yeah, I'm really excited to interview the remaining cast of Meta Runner, like Celeste and Robin. I'm currently trying to set something up with Jessica, because I hear she was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so my final question is, how did you hear about Meta Runner?
Sure, actually, David was the one who told me about it. He said he was part of this really awesome project, and he was like, "Hey, you know what? They're looking for another voice actor to play this character." I didn't know which character it was, but I'm like, "Okay, I'll take a shot at it." And so I auditioned. They wound up really liking it, and there we go.
Yeah, I guess, traveling back to MD5, there's always like, there's always somebody like Masa, like the edgy bad boy. Then there's like Lamar, just, the chill, laid back one, which is usually, like I said, typically my place, my group of friends. And then, of course, there's Sophia, the overactive, spunky one, if I should say that term. But, yeah, I think that's about all I wanted to ask you. So thank you very much, Hayley.
Well, thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Hey, no problem.